What's up, everybody? Crazy Eights here with another Transformers review. This time from Studio Series, we are looking at Devastation Bumblebee. So let's take a look at the box, and then we'll get into the figure. Alright, so we have the Studio Series format for the box. Instead of the gold banner, it's blue for Studio Series. You got the media down here, Transformers, Devastation, and his name. You got Bumblebee right here behind the plastic packaging. Takes 24 steps to transform this little guy. Here he is. From, I guess, from the streets of from the movie itself. If you know the game, it was set in a city setting, if I remember correctly. Here's Bumblebee in alt mode, Bumblebee in robot mode. A bigger picture of Bumblebee in robot mode. And he is a deluxe class. Even though he's tiny for his size, he's a deluxe class. I guess it's called scale, right? Which doesn't really work so well. But anyway, Bumblebee, Transformers Devastation, Takara Tomy on the top. Here's the bottom, which is all boring and blind and nothing going on. And then you got back here, we got him in his alt mode, robot mode, an excerpt from the game, and that's like a screenshot. And then you got your little Bumblebee is ready to take down the Decepticons. That's a little one sentence bio right there. That's the box. Now let's get him out. There's got to be an easier way to secure these, because no matter how careful I am getting these things off and throwing them away, I still find them all over my floors. They're like rabbits. They just multiply when they fall off onto the floor. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging. And we'll do a quick spin. He's got a pretty big backpack going on. So this is Devastation Bumblebee, huh? Now with all the Devastation, I feel like they're doing it wrong, because if you've ever played the game, the artwork, they're heavily cell shaded. Not just the windows, but from top to bottom, the art style they're very heavily cell shaded, and they're only doing the windshield. I kind of wish they would do the whole body like that with the paint. I know Studio Series they don't do paint all that well with these guys, but for separation, to make it different, they should have done that with these guys. Because again, I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if you can see. You see how he's heavily cell shaded on this thing, from top to bottom, from the game itself. I think they could have done that. I know they did it with like the 30th anniversary or something like that, or 40th or something like that. I don't know. I remember at one point there's a Megatron and I think a Prime that's cell shaded that they came out with, and they should have done it with this line. Okay, the rant is over. Back to the figure. Let's look into the details. And as close as we're gonna get, but here's his head sculpt. Typical Bumblebee head sculpt. Man, the neck looks weird when you do it like that. It is a G1 head sculpt pretty much. Blue eyes, kind of a white face with a yellow helmet. Big old clean Autobot logo right there. Cell shaded on the front of the windshield, not so much on the sides, but got some of it going on over here. Nothing really to say about the arms or anything else going down. The feet is the first front of the car with some paint on there. This is definitely a heavily remold or retooling of animated Bumblebee. And the Studio Series version also as well. Feels good in hand though, I will say that. Joints are nice and tight. Plastic feels nice. Now let's take a look at his accessories. Comes with 3 accessories. He comes with 2 handguns, and I guess this is a handgun too. Kind of looks like one, but this one goes on his back. And then he got these 2. Now these, I don't know why. It's like, oh, it looks like they go together. But yeah, so it looks like they merge together maybe, I don't know. But it has a hollow bit on this side with a peg. And then you have it on this side like that, and one's a left, one's a right. So yeah, I know the hollowness is an eyesore for a lot of people. Like this has on the bottom, which isn't so bad, but when you go to attach it, that's where you see the ugliness of it. And let me arm him up with these really quick. And here you have them all armed up with the weapons. I thought this was like the jetpack thing that you see him with sometimes, but I guess it's a third weapon. I didn't really play the game. I played it, but I didn't get into it really far. But yeah, I don't know what that's for. If it is a weapon or what it's used for. But here he is all armed up. Now you could probably switch out one weapon back here if you wanted to. Like if you want to take this and put this back here for weapon storage and have him hold this one. You could swap it out, do whatever you want. There's options. But I mean, for the most part, they're just saying that this thing belongs back here and this goes in his hand. That's the directions. That's what they want you to do with the directions. But again, do what you want. It's yours, right? But that's him all armed up. Now let's do some comparisons. Here's with Devastation's Elite Seeker and Elite Soldier 2-pack. Here he is with Devastation Optimus Prime. Although I do like the colors though. I'm looking at them together, they look pretty good. Now here he is with another version of Bumblebee. This is from Legacy United. This is from the animated universe. Here he is with the Studio Series 86, the movie Bumblebee. This is the retro card Bumblebee. Finally, this is from the Reactivate video game that we never got, Gamer Edition Bumblebee, which is an amazing figure. And I love the look. I wish they went ahead with this toy line. I really do. But they didn't. But here he is. Huge size difference. And here's a group shot of all of them. These are probably the better Bumblebees we've gotten over the years from Studio Series and maybe the main line. Studio Series Bumblebees are horrible. I think they didn't start getting better to the Bumblebee movie versions. I think the B127s, off-road Bumblebees, from that point on, they started getting really good. And these are probably the better of the groups that I have for my Bumblebees. Just throwing that out there. All right, so that was my look at robot mode for Devastation Bumblebee. And it's not a bad figure. Some hollow bits going on with it. Decent. You know, I'm not really in on the Devastation line. I'm not really sold, but a lot of people are saying this is a really good one. That's why I picked it up. I don't have Wheeljack, and I don't have what's the other guy? Sideswipe. Even though that's a really good Sideswipe mold. It's the Earthrise version. It's the Siege version, just retooled with the Earthrise mold, and they're both really good molds. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll get them in Studio Series anyway. So I probably was just gonna skip over them. But it's not a bad figure. Like I was saying before, I feel like they dropped the ball with the paint sculpt on these guys, and they should have been more cell shaded just to give them the look of the game itself, not just the windshield. Again, that's just my personal opinion. Not a bad figure though. I do like the head sculpt on this better than the one I have for the retro card because the eyes are actually painted. My retro card, I don't know, the retro version, if you notice, not really painted. He looks lifeless. Could use a little paint in there. I'm not skilled to do it. Now I did hear that there's some kind of like his face could get scraped when doing transformation, and he gotta sand something down. So I'm gonna look into that first before transforming him and doing the video because I don't want that to get ruined. It looks like they say his nose gets scraped up when you're doing the transformation, and you have to. There's some kind of I think that they said the copyright gets in the way and will scuff up the face. So I'm gonna take a look at that and fix it. But it's not a bad figure. Looking at it in hand, you know, feels good in hand. It's just that, you know, I'm really nitpicking, but I feel like the paint should have been matching the game itself. Big backpack. This doesn't look so clean and great. So, but from the front it looks good. Side profile, not so much. Anyway, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do some body work on this guy, and then we'll shoot the transformation video. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I already took the weapons off. So the first thing you want to do is come here, open up the backpack, bring it all the way down. Take these. These things are really tightly on there. Open them all the way up. Like that. I want to open them up all the way. Take his head, bring it all the way down, and then this panel right here, once his head is down, you want to bring this down as well. You know where his arms are, this one, take it, bring it down. Again on this side, just go right here, bring it down. Take his hands, fold that one in, and fold that in. Could have done that first, really. I like doing those first. All right, so you want to take these pieces here, and just from the forearm, you want to turn it like that. So hold on to this piece and just turn the forearm till the hands are facing this way. So I'm just gonna go with what I think it is. It's just saying to bring this up like that for right now, it looks like, just to get it out the way. That's how I'm reading it, and then you're gonna work on these arms. They got them down, so that part I can skip. So it looks like then you want to take these arms and you want to bring them in. So I think this is in the way. No. I'm doing something wrong. I'm missing a step somewhere. All right, so one move I did miss is you gotta take this body and you gotta bring it, rock it forward like that. So it's like this. That will give you the space to bring the arms in. To bring the arms in like this. They should be facing down though. I have them straight up for some reason, but they should be facing down. Completely down like that. And then you want to bend them up. So it looks like this. Trust the process, it's coming together. Open up the bottom flaps down here. And at this point you could take this part. Where's Bumblebee's head? I just want to see if it doesn't get scratched. Then you want to bring this down. Like that. So you have the top part of the car formed. Pull out the wheels. All right, so you want to bring this up like this. And now you want to bring, this whole piece is gonna compact into there. So it should come undone. Bring it back and down. And then if everything goes right, which it's not, I should just not going in. There we go. Like that. So you see the differences? So you want to take this leg, bring it up, and around. Then bring this leg it's tabbed in, so you got to make sure it untabs. I'm bringing it out. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's not so bad. Once you get it out and in, they should look like this. All right, so then you want to take these roof panels. They're on a double hinge, and they'll come down to fill in that hole right there. Do it again on this side. Bring it up and around. And then you could close it up. It's easy to do them first before combining that. So you want to do that for it'd be either way you do it. But I found it easier to keep the foot untabbed before, and then do it, and then tab the foot in. And then this thing shouldn't. Why is this like that? Did I mess up? No, I did not. All right, there we go. This comes in. This should come up like that. Tab in. Everything just comes together at the end here. I think. I don't know. I felt like I did something wrong, or I missed a step. I don't feel like this is coming together pretty easily. Like this is supposed to close in on here, and it's not. I don't know why. What did I do wrong?